Hello team, it is Tuesday and it is 10 to 6 and we're going to do another weekly vlog. I'm only just updating you today because yesterday was kind of a busy day, kind of not, just kind of a relaxed day honestly. Yesterday I edited a couple of videos and then did a bit of baking in the afternoon, which you will have seen, and I did start a new book. And today I have been at work, but the car has been in at Mercedes to try and get fixed with this key issue. They fixed it, thank the fucking Lord, but it took all day, which was just unnecessary. They kept the car all day and I've only just got home and it's 10 to 6, absolutely shattered. So I wanted to talk to you about what I have picked up, and it is I Will Find You by Harlan Coben. Don't know what else I'm gonna read this week. I am partway through 2 other books as well for 2 other different vlogs, so I don't know how much else I will get read this week. But this one is a thriller, one of the ones that Andy picked up for me, and I'm currently 46 pages in, and we're following David, who 5 years ago was accused of killing his son. He awakens one night to find himself covered in blood, but not his own, his son's, and while he knows he did not murder Matthew, the overwhelming evidence against him puts him behind bars indefinitely. 5 years into his imprisonment, Cheryl's sister arrives, so his wife's sister, and she shows him a photograph that was taken recently while on vacation in a theme park, and it looks like Matthew is in the background of this photo. So he is now trying to call in every favour that he possibly can to try and get out of prison so that he can try and investigate this himself. He doesn't like the thought of going to the police because, you know, these types of things, to start off with, a photo is not enough evidence, things like that, but he has never fought for his own innocence because in his mind his life is over no matter what. His son is dead, so in his mind his life's over no matter what, so he's just taken the punishment of being in prison and that's it. And for the last 5 years he hasn't had any visitors, he's not wanted any, so anybody that's turned up to visit him he's sent away, until Cheryl's turned up, because apparently he didn't know he had to fill a form in every single year to say he didn't want any visitors. So not Cheryl, her sister. So this is the point of where I'm at. He knows the warden of the prison apparently, and he's asked the warden for a favour, but I don't know if the warden's going to help out or not. I will say that this is quite brutal already. There was just a fight with David in the prison with a couple of the other inmates, and it was quite a brutal, very detailed and descriptive fight. Overall, I'm enjoying the plot so far and the writing style as well, so the storytelling of it, and it's already got me interested and hooked as well. So I did get 46 pages in yesterday while doing a bit of baking, and I think I might try and make some more progress in this one this evening. So I'm definitely going to finish this week. I don't know what else I am going to read. I do want to get through the rest of Lucy Undying. The audiobook just came out today. Well, the release of this book was today, so I would like to try and finish this off. The audiobook is on Spotify, so I don't need to pay for it, which is fantastic news, on the basis that I'm just about halfway, so I don't really want to pay for an audiobook that I'm already halfway through the book of. So I think I will try and aim to finish this as well, but other than that I don't know what else I'm going to aim to finish. Once I've finished I Will Find You, I will let you know what I'm going to move on to. But yeah, finally you will get my thoughts on this one. I think the reason why I had a couple of reviews on Goodreads yesterday, because I wanted to figure out what it is with me about this, and I think this story, the plot itself is slow until like the last 100 pages is what the majority of reviews have been saying. So I think this is why I've been finding myself struggling with this so much. It is very, very slow, and therefore that's why it's taken me so long to get through, and why I've been feeling so weird about it. I think like I'm enjoying the writing style, I'm enjoying the story itself, but I couldn't figure out what it is about it that I was finding a struggle, and it's how slow it is. So other than those two, I don't know what else. There will be a couple of other books going on in the background that you won't know about in this vlog, but other than these two, I'm not sure what else. I'll just see how I'm feeling. I think once I've finished, I will find you and let you know what I'm getting on with. So yeah, that's it. I want to try and do a quick intro today. Not that quick, but it's quicker than usual. So I'm gonna go and get some reading done, and I'll check back in with you and have an update for you. Hello, alright, it's Wednesday. Wednesday the 11th of September. It is 5:15 in the evening, and I've had a bit of a slow start to the day today. Andy got up this morning for work. He was up much earlier than usual. I think it was about 4:15 when he got out of bed this morning. Usually it's 5:20, but he just couldn't sleep. So he got up really early, and I started to stir as he was getting changed. He was like, no, stay in bed. And I was like, what time is it? And he said, 4:15, stay in bed. I was like, okay. Honestly, I didn't want to get up either. I was just going to do it because he was up, and I always feel bad about staying in bed when he's got to go to work. So I stayed in bed, reset my alarm for 7:30, and then must have slept through my alarm because it was 10 o'clock when I woke up. So I got up, I had a shower, I went to Tesco to go and get some bits of food, and I've been back and reading ever since. I did watch a little bit of YouTube. I watched Jan's cramming vlog for August, and I've been reading ever since, but I haven't been reading stuff specifically for this vlog. I've been reading stuff for other videos. So to let you know, I have finished 2 books. I did finish The Restaurant of Lost Recipes last night by Hisashi Kashiwai. I'm not going to tell you anything about this. It's for a different video that will not be coming out until the beginning of October, but I wanted to let you know that I am finishing some stuff. I'm just finishing books for videos in the background, other videos. And I've just finished Sadie by Courtney Summers as well. Again, not gonna let you know my thoughts on this. It's for a video coming up later in October. So you're just gonna have to wait. Can you see the rainbow on this? It's from my dinosaur on the window. Sorry, distractions. Yeah, can't give you my full thoughts, but I've just finished this. I was halfway through it and I've just finished it now. So that's what I have been reading. I did read a little bit more of Lucy Undying earlier on while I was unpacking the food shop because I have the audiobook now. It's come out, so I've got the audiobook now. So I got from page 230 to page 245, 15 pages. The audiobook's pretty good, so I'm glad that I now have that, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this week, and that is one of my plans for this week. I forgot to mention to you yesterday that I have started an ARC as well, and it's called Tell Me It's Right by Katie Wismer. I'll show a picture of it here. Katie contacted me end of October, no, end of August I think it was, and I opened the email, got really excited, told Andy about it, and then completely forgot to reply to her. So I replied to her the other day, explained myself, and she said I was actually emailing her back at the right time because she was getting ready to send out the information to BookFunnel for the ARC. So that then came through pretty quickly. I started this on Monday night, and I got to well, I don't know what page I got to because it's an ARC. I got 8% in. Following Gracie and also Liam in this one. Gracie's brother Leo and Liam. Gracie's brother is Leo. Liam is the love interest. Leo's best friend. This is brother's best friend. And Gracie has moved back. I think she's been at college. She's now moved back, and she's actually, instead of moving in with her parents and being, you know, that disappointment, I personally don't see an issue with moving back in with your parents if life has gone to shit for you or things have not worked out. If there is an opportunity to move back to your parents, take it. Please don't shit on yourself for it, because honestly, sometimes you just need the break, and to have that support as well. Not everybody's got it, so take it where you can. Anyway, instead of moving back to her parents, sorry, just trying to find the synopsis so that I don't spoil anything. Leo's actually offered for her to move in, but he lives with his wife, and Gracie's convinced that his wife isn't too happy about it, so she's doing her best to try and find a job. She's in social media marketing. Moving into my brother's basement after graduating college isn't the end of the world, but getting stuck working for his best friend just might be. Aside from professionally getting under my skin, Liam Brooks owns the only tattoo studio in our perfectly coastal town. He also happens to be the only person within a 100-mile radius willing to employ me despite my shining resume. The truth is, he needs me to. So we make a truce for the summer. I save his shop from financial ruin, and he does everything I say so I can use his business as a case study to land my dream job. That I'm getting out of this town and never looking back unless I find a reason to stay. So it's a small town romance, it's steamy, it's brother's best friend, and there is a tattoo studio. And so far, I'm enjoying it. I don't know how old these characters are supposed to be. I don't know if Gracie's like 22, but Liam, from the way he has been described, he's a bit of a skater boy. I don't know if he's just an emo boy, you know, that hasn't quite grown up yet, and he's like, you know, the same age, because I think there's a 4-year age gap between Leo and Gracie, and I think Liam is the same age as Leo. So if Gracie's 22, that would make Leo 26. So maybe Liam's just not gotten out of his, I mean, some people don't get out of their emo phase, and that's entirely fine. But there was a description, Gracie was in the local coffee shop, and she's in there sending out resumes for jobs. And all of a sudden, this skater boy comes in, literally on a skateboard, covered in tattoos, and it's Liam. And the way she describes him, it's almost like he's 17, 18, not mid to late 20s. It was, I don't know, a little bit strange, but in general, I'm enjoying the writing style. I'm enjoying the characters so far. I'm enjoying already the banter between Liam and Gracie. She was underneath the table getting her plug when he came in. She spotted the skateboard first because she's under the table, saw the shoes, and then heard, oh no, she came up from above the table, from under the table, sorry, and Liam went, "You hiding from me, Gracie?" And it's the first thing he said to her, and I don't know why, it just gave me the fuzzies. So I don't know, I think I'm going to enjoy this, but so far I'm enjoying it, and I just wanted to tell you about that one, let you know that I'm also reading that at the moment, because apparently I haven't got enough on my plate. And on the basis that I've just finished these 2 books, and therefore certain vlogs, it does mean I'm starting 2 more. And I'm still reading Lucy Undying and also I Will Find You. So, your girl, I'm channeling my inner Jan, okay? We'll see if it works out for me or not. But I'm going to go because I've got to update both of these vlogs now. I've got 3 vlogs going in one go, and my head is a little bit battered, honestly. So I need to go and update those vlogs, but I just wanted to check in and let you know what I'm doing. Alright, good morning. It is 10 AM on Friday morning. I didn't update you yesterday. I can't remember if I updated you on Wednesday. I think I might have. What is the matter with my chair? I think I might have. I can't remember when I last updated you, but I'm here to give you a reading update and let you know what my plans are for the day. So I've been up. Today is the first day this week that I've actually got up with Andy when he's got up for work. The last couple of days I've really struggled. Let's talk about it. It's deemed a taboo subject, and honestly I really want to help break the stigma of talking about these things. But I am on the contraceptive pill and have been since I was 16. I have horrendous periods, so my mum put me on when I was 16, and I have been on the one that you take constantly for many a year now, about 10 years maybe. And I had a conversation with my doctor about a month ago to talk to him about it, because I was like, I'm concerned, is this causing me any health problems? Anyway, we had a good long conversation about it, and I came to the conclusion, because every now and then Mother Nature will pay me a visit and it will be a really light period, but I'm not expecting it. I could literally be anywhere. I have nothing on me to cover myself or anything, so I was getting sick of it. So I asked him if I tried to do maybe like a reset on this, came off the pill, had a proper period, and then went back on the pill again, do you think that maybe might help reset my system? And he said there's no guarantee, but it might help you. So that's what I've done. So a month ago I came off the pill, and this week I finally started to bleed. So I've been in real pain. I've been struggling with Mercedes, obviously with the car. The car is now fixed, thank the Lord, but that was a struggle in itself. Virgin Media with the internet has been a nightmare this week. I've been on the phone twice, if not 3 times this week with Virgin Media. I think it's sorted, thank fuck, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being on the phone. So it has been a week, let me tell you. But yesterday I did work. I had to finish some work off for my dad this morning, so I have done like a half day today. He may come back to me with some alterations this afternoon, so that will cover me for part of next week, which is great news because we are going away next week, me and Andy. So I've been doing that this morning, and while I've been doing that I have been listening to Lucy Undying by Kirsten White, and I finally finished this fucking book. 30 days later, after starting it, I finally finished the book, and I'm so fucking glad it's over. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so glad it's over. This is like a Dracula retelling, but not. It follows Lucy, who I am not familiar with because I haven't read Dracula, so this could be to my detriment because I don't know Lucy's story at all, original story. But this is Kirsten White basically saying that Lucy deserved a girlfriend, and that's exactly what this is. It's sapphic, it's gothic, it's about vampires. I gave this 2 stars, 2.5 stars on Corpile, but 2 stars on Goodreads and on NetGalley, because I had a NetGalley arc as well. Thank you to Del Rey for sending me this, I truly appreciate it. And honestly, I'm a little bit gutted. I went into this and I really enjoyed myself when I first got into it. I realised it was going to be a little bit slow, but thought that it might pick up pretty quickly. You get the POV of Lucy in the past, finding out her original story and what's going on. Lucy in present day, Lucy having a conversation with her therapist, which I didn't know at the time 100% that it was a therapist. And then you get the POV of Iris in present day as well, who's another character. And I was confused to start off with. It took me a little bit to figure out what was going on, and then eventually it just suddenly clicked with me. That really hurt. It just suddenly, I've got to remember to stop doing that. Just suddenly clicked with me, and I was like, okay, I think I know what's going on here now. So Anywho, I got to around 50% and I was struggling really hard with this. Every time I picked up my Kindle to read it, I was nodding off and I just couldn't get through it. I then thought it was that every time I picked up my Kindle I would just nod off anyway. Turned out that was the case. I read an entire book on my Kindle and did not struggle at all. It was this book. So then I waited for the audio to come out. So this released on the 10th and I waited for the audio to come out. And I decided to listen to the rest of it on audio, which today I have now finished. So I was here and I've finished all of this today. And it just really slow. I just didn't enjoy this. I didn't have a good time. I didn't enjoy it. I was really intrigued to start off with, but I struggled like hell with this. And I'm really sad about it. I really am, because the cover for this is stunning. I am glad I haven't bought a finished copy of it, but I am gutted about this one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really gutted. It's just not worked for me at all. Really did like the fact that the chapters were very short though. I really appreciated that. There are like well over 100 chapters in here. What was the last numbered chapter? Can I find 113? So I enjoyed that the chapters were really short, but just very slow. It was too long and I just didn't have a good time and I'm really gutted. But I'm glad that it's fucking done now, because for anyone who knows me, I am an avid DNFer on the basis this took me 30 fucking days and then I gave it 2 stars. Do I wish I'd DNF'd it? Maybe a little bit, but was I determined to finish it because I got into about 50% physically reading it and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to listen to the rest on audio. And I'm determined to finish this because I was sent an arc. That's exactly what happened here, and maybe I shouldn't have wasted my time doing that, but it is what it is. It's done now. I have no regrets. I was really worried that maybe like the last 100 pages would really pick up and I'd be gutted that I hadn't finished it off, but that wasn't the case in the slightest. So I have finished that one. I also got my nails done yesterday. Just a quick side note, I went for Sally Nails, which is hilarious because my nail tech's called Sally. So I said to her, you need to put these on your Instagram and do Sally by Sally. Anyway, I'm a comedian. I have been continuing on reading Tell Me It's Right. I totally forgot to tell you the other day as well when the release day of this is. So let me just double check that before I tell you the wrong day. It is September 25th. So this comes out on September 25th. And so far I'm really enjoying this. I am now currently 70% in and my aim is to finish this today and get it done and dusted, but I'm really enjoying this. I'm having a very good time. My stickers keep sliding and it's annoying the fuck out of me. Sorry, got distracted then. I'm really enjoying this. There are a couple of moments where it's a little bit cringe, but overall I'm having a really good time, and I do have someone in mind for Liam who I think is just the perfect representation for Liam and makes a lot of sense to me. I follow him on TikTok and I will need to try and find him. He's a singer and I do listen to some of his songs, but it's gonna take me a minute now.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
Okay, I had no idea this was his name, but I'm gonna put this picture in of him here. He's called Vlado Saric and he is one of the leads in Melrose Avenue, I believe. And I don't know how it came to me the other day. It was, I think it was yesterday afternoon actually, and then the whole time I was reading the book, all I had was this man's face in my head for Liam. And I just think that he would play the perfect part of Liam. He's got the whole full tatted skater boy thing going on, which is just perfect for Liam. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm having a very good time. We have just had the whole, you know, brother finds out about the relationship situation and it hasn't gone down too well, so I'm interested to see where we go from here, whether or not there's going to be a third act breakup. There have been, as I've mentioned, a couple of cheesy parts, but overall I've really enjoyed myself with this. It's been very easy to get through. I think it's going to be a relatively long one. I think it's over 460 pages. So let me just double check that before I lie through my teeth. Sorry, 424 pages apparently, according to Amazon. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying this and I really want to finish this. I do have sprints starting with my patrons in 50 minutes at 11. It's now 10 past 11. It's taken me so long to do this update. Once I've finished this, I have these 3 other books going on, which 2 of them are for 2 other vlogs and 1 of them is for this one specifically. I would like to finish this in this vlog, but we'll see whether or not that happens because I still haven't made any more progress after I told you where I was up to the other day, which is page 46. So maybe I'll try and get through this today and leave these to run into next week. I don't know, I keep forgetting that it's the weekend and I could totally do some reading on the weekend, but it's Andy's weekend off and I tend to find I don't do a lot of reading, but I think he's got every intention of not doing much this weekend. Maybe some gaming, I don't know, maybe watching some movies, so I may get some reading in, we'll see. But if I do, maybe I'll make then some progress on these 2, which are for 2 other different vlogs, but I do want to mention them because otherwise it looks like I'm not doing friggin' anything. But I will hopefully have still finished 3 books in this vlog on top of the 2 that I've already finished in the background. So currently I've finished 3 books, one of which you know about. My full thoughts for. It's so confusing when you're filming multiple vlogs at the same time. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make some more progress in this before sprints start, and then later on today I'll probably try and make some more progress in this. I might even be able to finish this today, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna go and I will check back in with you later. Hello, it is Monday. I'm here to wrap this vlog up. This has been a cutie patootie vlog, as Jan would say. Truly channeling my inner Jan Agaton this week. If you don't know who Jan is, go check her out. I'll link to her in the description box down below. She's very, very cool and I like her a lot. Yeah, it's been a very short vlog this week. I've tried to get a little bit more b-roll, which I think I did really well with at the beginning of the vlog, and then a little bit in the middle, but the end kind of tailed off a little bit. I did no filming at all this weekend, and honestly it was kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. I missed it, of course I missed it. I felt bad about it, but I've done my hardest not to feel too bad about it and not to beat myself up about it too much. I think it's important sometimes as a content creator to remember to just live in the moment as well as trying to get content. Like, I don't know, we didn't do much of anything, to be honest. You've missed nothing. We nipped to see the boys on Saturday, so we nipped to my brother's just for an hour or so to see the boys. My dad was down as well, so we saw him too. My mum had gone to the football. She's a season ticket holder at Bolton Wanderers, FYI, in case you didn't know. So yeah, we got to see my dad for a little bit and the boys, and then we came home, and honestly, other than nipping out on Saturday afternoon to do a food shop, we stayed in the whole weekend and watched movies. He did a bit of gaming on his Switch. I did a little bit of reading, but other than that, nothing else. We ate, we watched movies, we chilled, we just relaxed for the weekend, which was kind of nice because we haven't done that since he moved in. We've always got something on, we're always on the go, do you know what I mean? So it was nice to just do nothing all weekend and just relax, enjoy each other's company and watch a few films. So that's all we did this weekend, and it was nice. So as far as reading this week is concerned, I've got to be honest, it's not been a great week. It's been a perfectly fine week in general, but as far as my reading is concerned, it hasn't been great. On top of the 3 books I'm about to tell you about now, I finished another 2, which I have mentioned in this vlog, but they're for other videos. But in general, my reading overall this week, so I finished 5 books in total, but 3 specifically for this vlog, 2 of which are 2-star reads, and 1 of which is a 5-star read. And oh, what a week. What a week. It's not been a very good week, and I'm really hoping that the following, like this upcoming week, will be better. So let's run through what I've read this week and what I rated it, and give you updates for the other 2 books that I haven't told you about yet, my full thoughts on. So the first book that I did finish specifically for this vlog this week was Lucy Undying by Kirsten White, which I've given you my full thoughts on already in the previous clip. And I gave it 2.5 stars on Core Pile, 2 in general. I gave it 2 on Goodreads. Wasn't impressed, I've got to be honest, and I'm gutted. Still thanks to Del Rey for sending me a copy of it though, I truly appreciate you. Just wasn't a win for me, unfortunately. Then I did read Tell Me It's Right, Tell Me It's Right, Tell You It's Right, Tell Me It's Right, Tell Everyone It's Right, Tell Someone That It's Right. I need to tell you what the right title of this book is. Tell Me It's Right, I was correct. Tell Me It's Right by Katie Wismer. I loved this. This was really good. The more I got into it, I know I've just watched back all the clips for this vlog because I've just edited this vlog up until this point, and I know I started off maybe not a little bit rough, but a little bit hesitant with this book. I couldn't decide how old the main character was, Gracie. She was 22. She has her 23rd birthday in this book, and I was struggling ever so slightly with the whole skater boy image of Liam. However, I fully got behind this. Didn't take me too long, but I fully got behind it. I thought this was great. I did previously mention as well that there were a couple of cringy moments, and there was within the book. I am going to be fully honest about that, but overall I loved this. I thought it was fantastic. I think that the conversations that these two ended up having, the way that Liam treats Gracie, and is like incredible. And I think we have a couple of really important discussions in this book as well. Family, for the most part, Liam does not get on with his family, whereas Gracie has an incredible relationship with her parents and also obviously her brother Leo. And Liam is a part of that family and has been for a very long time. Like, he will go to Thanksgiving at the Collinses. He will spend sometimes maybe Christmas with the Collinses, things like that, because he doesn't get on with his family. We have a situation where Liam's mum has passed away, so there is grief in here as well. But Liam's mum has passed away. His dad has remarried a much younger woman who is more around the age of Liam than she is his dad. And he's got a whole bunch of brothers, including his youngest brother, who is his stepmom's kid. So we've got that relationship going on, stepmom, stepbrother, who we see more of than anybody, to be perfectly honest, but we do get a little bit of Asher as well, one of his other brothers. But we have who is actually younger than Liam as well, other than the youngest brother with the stepmom, whose name, I cannot remember his name for the life of me right now, and it's really funny because he's actually one of the main side characters. So I feel a little bit bad. But we've got this relationship with Liam, with his family, where he just doesn't get on with them at all. They have money, but he's got his own money through his grandfather, which is how he's running this tattoo studio. It's a whole thing. And then we've got conversations surrounding dating, how hard it can be to be single in this world, especially as a woman, and going on dates, and how do you trust people, things like that. And we actually have a situation where there is a little bit of a sexual assault on page. So just be wary of that going in. It's not really graphic, it doesn't get too far, but it is there and it is on page, so just be wary of that going in. But I think Katie dealt with it very well, and I think the whole situation surrounding that was really, it was really interesting to read about, because you know, this is something that happens every single day, multiple times a day to people, and I don't think we're talking about it. Well, we're trying to bring it up more, but I think it should be spoken about more, because for me, some people might read that and go, that wasn't sexual assault. For me, it was sexual assault, and I think it was dealt with very well. So be wary of that going in. It's not, it doesn't go too far, but it goes far enough that I still think it was sexual assault. So some very important discussions, family, both good and bad, you know, sexual assault, dating in your early 20s, also just the whole discussion in general about trying to get a job in your early 20s as well after coming out of college. I had this whole problem. I came out of uni during a recession, and it was a fucking nightmare because I just could not get a job, and it was really hard. So I really felt for Gracie in this sense. So yeah, this book did bring up a lot of conversations, I think, and I really enjoyed it. To go back to the book, I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this 5 stars. It was really good, and I'm interested in reading more from Katie. She's got another one in this series, the first chapter of the second book in this series, was in the back of the book, and I don't like to read those because I immediately want to continue on with the book knowing full well I can't have it yet. So I didn't, but I did flick through it quick enough that I could see who the characters are, just to get to the end of the book, just to see who the characters are. And I'm very excited to see where this next book goes. So I'm really stoked to go back to that series. But yeah, would highly recommend this one. Comes out on the 25th of September. Keep your eyes peeled. I think it might be on Kindle Unlimited. I would check that, but it might be on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, 5 stars for that one. That was my 5-star read this week, which means that I Will Find You by Harlan Coben got 2 stars. I'm gutted about this. I finished this yesterday, and honestly I really didn't want to finish it. I did not want to do it. I was still like, I think I'd managed to make myself to like 100, no, maybe 200 odd pages, I don't know, 100 odd pages in the morning. So I got up, well, eventually got up about 12 o'clock. Andy had come back to bed and had nodded off again, but I ended up getting up because we had a delivery. It was some clothes for him, and it kind of like properly woke me up. At that point I was like, right, well, I'm gonna get up then. And I potted around. I put the clothes away that had been hanging up from being washed the previous day. So I put those away. Well, I folded them up, put them in the basket. I wiped the pots that were on the drain. I was tidying up, pottering around, and put my audiobook on, and I was like, I'm going to try and plow my way through this as much as I possibly can until Andy gets up. So that's exactly what I did. And then I still had a little bit left in the evening. So while he was making Sunday roast, I finished this book off, and I really didn't want to. And I thought it was because I don't know if this book would suit better trying to be done in one day. If you would get more into it because it would hook you a little bit more. But honestly, this book, you have to massively suspend your belief. Hugely suspend your beliefs, because there is so many fucking things going on in here. So obviously we start off with David, who's currently been in prison for 5 years. He's serving a life term for killing his son. So he's a child killer. However, he's adamant he's not done it, but he hasn't fought his own case because for him, his life's over, his son is dead. So he's just kind of left it. He's wanted no visitors for the last 5 years. His wife has divorced him. She's moved on with her life until all of a sudden his sister-in-law, Rachel, turns up. So his ex-wife's sister. And he didn't know that he actually had to apply to not have visitors every year. He had no idea. But his ex-wife's sister turns up, Rachel, and she's like, David, I got to talk to you because someone was showing me these pictures the other day, and can you just have a quick look at this picture? And he's like, I don't get it. And she's like, look harder. And in the background is this little boy that looks exactly like Matthew, his son. It turns out Matthew's got a very distinctive birthmark on the side of his face. Looks very much so like Matthew. So we're in a situation now where I don't want to give too much away, but David actually knows the prison warden. He's a long-time family friend, and he goes to the prison warden for some help. Now, as the story goes on, there are a few things here that happen. There is a prison break, which would never in a bazillion trillion years happen. I've watched Prison Break, okay? I've watched all of Prison Break. Wentworth Miller would never. Never gonna happen. That would never happen. Not like that. It would never happen. Don't be so dumb. Secondly, how long it takes for the police to catch up with David is so bizarre. Like, the way that he's able to try and evade them, again, never would happen in a million years. And then the whole plot and storyline of Matthew and what happened with him and who was involved and how it all happened, fucking hell. It was the strangest plot ever. It was, without spoilers, it was really bizarre. The reason why this happened, so dumb. So dumb. If you've read this, you will know what I mean. It really, really dumb. I didn't get it. You had to completely suspend your belief. I have a couple more Harlan Coben books on my Kindle. I got into Harlan Coben watching his programs with Andy. We really enjoy his programs, so I'm devastated at this. Really gutted. And I did have a quick look on Goodreads. a lot of 5 and 4-star reviews, but there are a handful of reviews like mine that are like, you've got to really suspend your belief for this one. That, you know, just couldn't get behind it like me. I feel bad because I'm fairly certain Victoria sent me this one, and I feel bad. Victoria, I'm really sorry. I was really hoping to love this one and I just couldn't get on board with it. I will read the other Harlan Coben ones that I've got. I've got Fool Me Once, which was the program that Michelle Keegan did that I really, really enjoyed. So I would like to read that one. And on the basis that I already know the plot, I feel like it might spoil it a little bit, but maybe I will enjoy it because I've seen it now as well. So I'll have the characters in my head. So maybe that might help. But this one, I just couldn't get behind it. I just think that the entire reason why this whole situation happened was really, really dumb. Now that I'm talking about it and I'm reliving the plot back again as well, I'm getting really frustrated with it. It was really stupid. I really want to tell you about it, but I can't because it'll spoil it. But it was really, really stupid. In fact, I'm going to do a spoiler a bit. If you are interested in reading this one, you have it on your shelves and you plan on reading it, skip this next bit. I'll put a border around and I will take the border off when the spoilers have ended. But skip this next bit. If you have no interest in reading this, but you're very intrigued to know what the plot is, to know how dumb it is, carry on watching. So, spoiler territory. This one, the whole plot of what happens is that Matthew he's not killed at all. Another child was put in his place. Matthew was kidnapped by a guy that thinks he's his dad. David, and I think she was called Claire, his wife, were struggling to have a child, and she went to a sperm donor place. However, she went under Rachel's name, her sister's name, so that David didn't find out. Now, Rachel knew this guy called, I think he was called Harley, if I remember correctly, or whatever the fuck he was called, who had a crush on Rachel, and his family owned this sperm donor company. Can you see where this is going or not? So he thinks that it's Rachel coming for this appointment, and he's like, nah, listen up. I think that Rachel deserves better than this, so she can have my sperm. So he donates his sperm for Rachel, which turns out to be Claire, and she goes ahead with it. But David ends up finding out about the appointment, and she tells David she never went ahead with it, and then they get pregnant with Matthew. So it turns out though that in the background, so now Harley then finds out that it wasn't Rachel, it was Claire, because she obviously gets pregnant and Rachel doesn't. And he then has this plot to eventually kidnap Matthew, who he then calls Theo, to eventually kidnap Matthew because he's livid. It's his son and he wants him. So he replaces Matthew with another child and beats this child to a pulp, who then David gets blamed for it because he has this sleepwalking disorder and can't remember anything. And then Harley brings Theo, Matthew, up for the next 5 years while David's incarcerated. And it all turns out that in the end, Matthew was David's son and not Harley's, and Pixie, Harley's grandmother, knew everything, but she couldn't allow Matthew to go back to the family. So all of this, the whole plot of it, is that Harley had a crush on Rachel and wanted to give her a baby. Are you joking? Are you joking? Is that it? Oh my God, this entire man's life is ruined because a man wanted to give his crush a baby. It was really dumb. Anyway, end of spoilers. It was really dumb, and I could not get behind it. Anyway. If you stayed for the spoilers, don't spoil it in the comments down below, but do let me know what your thoughts are on that whole plot, please. If you did stay for the spoilers, don't write it all in the description box down below. Just write your thoughts on whether or not you think that was dumb, or whether you think that that would be a really good plot twist. I thought it was dumb. But yeah, 2 stars for this one. It's a real shame. I'm really sorry, Victoria, for you gifted me this one, and I feel really bad about it. But I've read it now, though, you know. bonus for that. So yeah, two stars and a 5-star read. Not a ridiculously great month, a great week, I've got to be honest. But yeah, 3 books read for this vlog specifically. 5 books read in total. I finished another 2 books for 2 other vlogs. Confusion all around. This update's been really long, my apologies, but I am catching you up on the last 2 days and on 2 books that I haven't given you full thoughts on. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I'm really hoping this upcoming vlog will be a little bit more, I mean, you guys always say that you don't care as long as you get something from me, you're not bothered. My last few vlogs have been really chaotic, where I've like switched up what I'm doing in the middle. So I've told you exactly what I'm going to do and then switched it up in the middle. I think I've actually done really well at sticking to what I said I was going to do this week. I told you that I was starting off with I Will Find You, and that I was going to do my best to finish Lucy Undying. That's exactly what I've done, and I've finished another book. So I think from now on, I need to stop giving you the lowdown on exactly what I'm planning on reading at the beginning of the vlog, because it never works out that way. And it's disappointing for everyone involved. So I think I'm going to start doing that in future. Make my intro shorter and my outro longer maybe, I don't know. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below. What have you been up to? Have you read any of these? Will you read this? Are you interested? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me your thoughts on the plot of this if you stayed for the spoilers. Don't spoil it for anybody else in the comments. And I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.